Hello, everybody. Welcome on a Wednesday. We are live here with Wednesdays with the band, streaming it on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you're watching later on or after we go live, we appreciate you all very much. But as we're live here today, going to bring you one of our local musical artists who always is a pleasure to have and talk to. Had him on the show. Gosh, it's been a couple years ago, I think, since we've chatted with this young man, and he's doing lots of great things. So help me welcome to the show today on Wednesdays with the band, Mr. Eric Thompson. Let's add you in there, Eric. There you are, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, Scott. How are you?
Good. Good to see you finally. We haven't seen each other during the COVID or any of that stuff. It's been a little crazy.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. And I haven't really been promoting anything that I've been doing for the most part, in terms of music.
But you've been busy, right? You've been staying busy with music.
In a way, yeah. For a long time, it wasn't at all, but I was making my EP, and working on putting that out. So
when's the targeted date on that, or do we have one yet?
It's out now.
It is out. Okay, I did not know it was out yet. Well, I got to get a copy of that, man.
Well,
I do.
yeah. I mean, there's no physical copy, but you can all of the
Just understand how old I am, Eric. I have to say copy every time, or I got to get that record. Nobody even knows what a record is anymore. Yeah, but I do. I'll download it. That's for darn sure. And we'll talk about how you can download that later in the show, and maybe you can tell everybody. But let's see what's been going on with you. First of all, let me go back into your past. And I met you just out of the blue one night. You were doing a little birthday party show at a I think it was an Eagles Lodge or something. And somebody called me and said, if you can stop by, come hear this guy play. And, it was late in the night. I was like, you know what? But yeah, I stopped in, and boy, am I glad I did. You're just an outstanding performer and entertainer. How long have you been playing music?
I've been playing since I can remember, really. I mean, I probably a safe bet would be to say 4 years old. Growing up, I would like sing in church. That's kind of that's a nice platform for anybody, really, because they play music every week, and so it's a nice starting point.
Well, yeah, and you've got a chance in church to perform in front of some people and maybe get those stage jitters away. And I know you, of all people, don't have stage fright. Okay, I've seen the videos. I've seen you performing in front of countless people. You've been not only a musical performer, but also a stage performer. You've been involved in productions, plays, things like that. I know you were heavily involved with Wright State University and their program. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so they have a 4-year acting program. Very, very, very good program. Very selective and intense and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's a 4-year program. I just graduated last year during the pandemic, and so it's a little interesting being a musical theater major. Doing that online, it's not very
yeah. How does that happen?
it's not very effective. Yeah, it's very interesting and weird and different. But yeah, that was a 4-year thing that I did. I have a BFA in musical theater, so
there you go. And well, congratulations on graduation during a pandemic and enduring things like virtual classes when you're a theater major. I just can't imagine.
Well,
it is, right? It is what it is.
Yeah. Just gotta do it.
So you said you started when you were 4 years old, and did you have any musical influences in your life? Anybody that kind of got you going in music, or was this just something you decided to do on your own?
No, I grew up in a family of singers and musicians. My mom, my dad, my sister, everybody sang, and my dad, he also played a lot of instruments, and he was big into production as well, and all that stuff. Are you still with me, Scott, by the way?
I'm with you, buddy. I just
Okay, cool.
put you up on the main screen there. I want
Gotcha.
everybody
Okay.
to get a good look at your face. All right.
Okay. Gotcha. Um, I don't know if I was just talking to myself.
No, you're here. You're here.
Um, yeah, so that was like we have a Christmas album, like somewhere in the depths of SoundCloud of like 8-year-old me singing and um yeah, so I mean it's been a long time and once I was around 11, I started playing and singing in this band in Springfield that was started as it's called Kids Helping Kids, and it was started as a kind of it was just like a one-time benefit concert for at the time the earthquake in Haiti had just happened, and we were raising money for like a specific orphanage. So it was like kids, it was all kids like playing and singing, and it was more of like a talent show kind of thing, and it was like kids helping kids. But then we raised like a lot of like $3,000, and then we just like ended up just keeping it going, and then it became like a core group, like a core band, you know. And so from around like 11 to 18, I was like learning guitar and drums and like playing like most weekends, like playing wherever. And so that was like the big thing that helped me, you know, learn all this stuff and get all the stage jitters out. And like it was a wonderful platform, and I feel very lucky.
Well, what's it like when you work with those? I'm going to dig deep a little bit here. When you work with those troops of people, and you're in like a place. I know you worked at Cedar Point for a season or two or something. And what's it like? Does that become a family because you're performing every single day the same show? Is there a little bit of family feuding maybe that goes on too when you get to work with somebody that close and that tight, or is it just really a tight group of people?
In my experience, and there's always going to be, you know, there's always like little things, but in my experience, every time when I worked at Cedar Point, it was always just playing in the bands. I mean, there's a bunch of different types of shows, but I was like playing and singing in a band, and it was a blast like every time, and like everybody I played with was like really good and just like really fun. Um, and you just have to make it like, yeah, I mean, you're playing the same music every night, but so are the Beatles. Like they were playing the same
Yeah.
music, at every and you make it fun. Like you play games and you add little, like we had a thing in my last year at Cedar Point. It was a big band, like 13 people, like a horn section and all this stuff, and we would to like just like amuse ourselves, we would just like sneak in what's called the lick a lot, like the jazz lick. It goes like ba da 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 da, and it's like in a lot of stuff. So it's become kind of like a fun little joke. And so like people in their like guitar solos would just sneak it in, and stuff like that. And it's just just the little stuff that makes it like fun.
That
But
the
you
the
meet
au the audience really didn't know what was happening there, just like a
no, the
little
audience doesn't
subliminal thing.
know.
Yeah,
The
I got you.
president of the park would never know, like but we know. And
I got
then you
you.
make friends with like great musicians, and it's really fun.
Well, and I know a lot of musicians who play in tourist areas, and they play a lot of coastal areas, and that like, and they say that's the fun part of it is it's a different audience every time you take the stage. It's not, and not knocking any of our local establishments and all, but I mean, if you become a regular playing at a place, you get the same kind of audience and you see the same faces. That's got to be fun to see all these new faces out there at an amusement park, and they're playing. And you just recently announced something on your page I caught the other day. You're doing a show this summer, I guess, at Dollywood, right?
Yes, that is correct. I'm working at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, and yeah, so this time I won't be like singing in a band. I'm gonna be in like a sing dance act kind of show, in like a big. They have a bunch of theaters there. They have like a bunch of like big theaters in their park, and so I'm playing this radio announcer kind of guy. The story is kind of about him and his like journey, but it's about like these a group of friends, and it's all told through like the music from like the 50s to the 70s music.
Oh, and when
And
do
it's
when
just
do you
like
start this, Eric? When do you start?
June 7th is when I start rehearsals. So that's around when I'll move to Gatlinburg and I'll be there for probably 4 to 6 months.
Awesome, outstanding. Well, we're gonna have to get down and see you for sure at Dollywood.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Do you know the schedule? Or do you play like? Is it 4 or 5 days a week, or do they rotate people through, or how's that work?
In my experience at Cedar Point, it was 6 days. You had one day off and it was 6 days a week. I know I'll be doing 3 shows a day, but I don't know how many days. I assume it would be the same 6 days a week. I just don't know like the off day or anything like that. I don't know that information. But I do know that as much as I can, I'm going to. I already have at least one bar that I've reached out to that I'm going to be gigging there, and I'm going to be trying to like gig down in Gatlinburg because it's like Nash Vegas kind of in a
Yeah.
way. It's kind of like Nashville, but and for some people it's a springboard, like maybe to that city or New York or wherever I'm going. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's fun stuff, and I've seen a lot of musicians play there in Gatlinburg before, and I know Old Red is there now, Blake Shelton's
Oh, right.
place, and they have music all day long, and so there ought to
Yeah.
be a lot of opportunities for you within 25 miles of where you're at there, I would think, and certainly in Knoxville as well. There's some great clubs there. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that. That's awesome and outstanding. And it's I always admire the performers at those places when we go and visit them, and you get to see people because you can tell they put a lot of passion into their shows, and there's a love for what they do there. And to me, I look at it from the performance standpoint and say, gosh, he's doing that same song he does 3 times a day, every day of the week, but yet he puts this great drive into it. So, and that's what I've seen out of you. You put a drive into your music. You love music, don't you, Eric?
I do, but I get like I think I get the same amount of like playing music like with other people, and also the audience is also like a big part of it. I think it's really like for me, ooh, haha. For me, it's both.
There we go.
Um, and what you were talking about it's different audience every day, like that's a lot of fuel for me as well. Um, so yeah, I love music, but I love people too, and just like being able to bring joy or whatever, whatever you bring.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
you write some music. I understand you write your own music, and you've got some songs out there on your EP. Are they
Hmm.
all originals?
Yeah, yeah, they're all originals. There's 5 songs on the EP.
Now, when you play out, do you do covers as well when you're playing
Oh
different
yeah,
locations?
oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely have to. Because if you play originals, like people don't really know, like like people just in my experience playing out, like I'm playing at restaurants and things, and they just want to hang out with their friends. Like you're kind of just in the background, and so like playing stuff that's familiar is always a good
right.
thing.
Yeah, I always laugh at concerts because you go to a concert and somebody, they're up there and it's like a superstar on the stage and they say, "Oh, here's an original from my latest album." Everybody goes to get a beer. I mean, they're like, it's
Yeah,
like the originals just don't get it for them. They want those classics and covers and things. So I admire
yeah.
what you do, and I want to know if can you play us a little bit of a song maybe? I know you have one called "Conditional Love" that you like,
Hmm.
and could you throw that out there for us? If I see you have a guitar in your hand, so this is
I
the
do. Yeah, I'm ready.
first time on Wednesday with the band I've actually had somebody play and sing. So
Oh,
let's
cool, cool. Okay,
let's let you take it away, buddy.
okay,
Go right
sounds good.
ahead.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll only tell you what you want to hear. My walls up when I know you're near. We have no future till I change my way. Don't conditional love. And yeah, I know it's not your fault. I know what you're thinking of. It seems the time is running out, and that conditional love. Oh, the spark is out, the flame is gone, and we burned away like straw. I hope you never know what you have done. Crushed me underneath 1,000 times of indecision, insecurities. Maybe next time I will just be me. This is conditional love. And yeah, I know it's not your fault. I know what you're thinking of. It seems the time is running out, and that conditional love. Oh, the spark is out, the flame is gone, and we burned away. Tell me what it was. I gave you all I had. It's no longer fair to ignore. It's you. It's me. It's conditional love. Ooh. Oh, the spark is out, the flame is gone, and now it's time to move.
Wow, there we go. Eric Thompson, everybody. Thank you, Eric, for that one. Conditional Love. They can find that on your EP, I bet, right?
Actually, no, that one's not on the EP. I have a ton of songs.
I was hoping.
I have a ton of songs, but like I just wanted to put something out that it's just just 5 songs of like different stuff that I do, and it's called Leap Year, and you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all that stuff, and or if you want to buy the album, Bandcamp.com.
There we go. All right. You've heard it here, folks. And if you have a question, you're out there watching today, you have a question for Eric, or after the fact, want to do that, he'll be able to answer them in the comments. So throw us a question out there if you have one today. You're watching Wednesday with the Band with Mr. Eric Thompson here at All Around Town Radio. And Eric, let's talk about future plans for you. We talked about Dollywood, but what's down the road for Eric Thompson?
Honestly, I mean, after Dollywood, I don't know. I know that I want to move to a bigger market. I don't know if it's Nashville or if it's New York or if it's LA. Like, I think it just depends on, who I meet and where the opportunity is. But definitely the goal is to do this, And there's really nothing else that I plan on doing or want to do, or and there's comfort in knowing that, but it seems like a very daunting and impossible task, but a challenge, but who knows what'll happen.
It is the giant musician mountain to climb, and so many people, it's a tough market. It's tough to get out there and get that break and find, somebody who will believe in you. And certainly you've got the voice, you've got the talent. I've seen you perform so many times. You're going to perform here before you leave for Dollywood. And I know you've got an upcoming show with Ashley Martin. Let's chat about that for just a second so people can know where to see you.
Yeah. Well, Ashley Martin is opening. She has a grand opening of her own ranch. With like horses and all kinds of stuff. I don't know the full details about the ranch itself, but she's opening it May 1st. and so it's going to be like a big kind of outdoor party kind of thing from 2 to 8 p.m., I believe, on that day. And there are like ticket sales and things like that. I'm pretty sure you can find like the Facebook event if you searched for Ashley Martin. But I I don't know the full details. I just know that I'm going to be playing there.
You just know you've got a gig that day, right? So you're going to be there. And
not much help.
So give the people watching and some idea about what you play in a set. Like when you play, give us some of the songs that they might hear Eric Thompson play that they'd be familiar with.
Yeah, I just do like a bunch of different styles. So some of my favorites to do are like Maroon 5 and Coldplay and things like that. But then, on the flip side, I got like Tennessee Whiskey and a couple other country songs, like from like Queen to Elton John to Maroon 5 to One Republic. Like I try to do like, you know, all of the styles, and I'm adding more music to my sets to just make it more diverse for people. And yeah, so pop, country, rock, you name it. But it's just me and my guitar and my acoustic. So
gotcha. Well, anything else you want to share with the folks out there? There's going to be a lot of new people who see this that aren't familiar with you, have never seen you play or even cross paths with you. So anything else you want to share with them, and also let them know where they can find you again on social media and such?
Friend me on Facebook, just Eric Thompson, or uh, if you have an Instagram, at Eric Thompson Music is that's kind of my general handle, at Eric Thompson Music. Um, yeah, and if you want to listen to the EP, it's on Spotify and all the other things. If you want to buy it, Bandcamp, and I hope to see you somewhere, anywhere.
Well, we hope. Yeah, we hope to see you before you leave. But I make a little trip to Gatlinburg area once a year, so maybe we'll catch your show down there. I'll make a point of trying to schedule it and get over there and see you play and catch up with you for sure. But Eric, it's a pleasure having you on today and introducing you to the folks who follow our page. And again, folks, if you're watching after we're live, please drop a comment. If there's a comment in there, I'm sure Eric can see them later, and he'll have an opportunity to answer those. But we appreciate you all being here and following Eric today on this beautiful day in Southwest Ohio as we bring you Wednesday with the band. Eric, I thank you so much for being my guest today, my friend.
Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you. You're going places. We're going to see it happen. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you.
All right, everybody. You've been watching Wednesday with the Band with Eric Thompson. You can follow him on Facebook at Eric Thompson if you'd like to. We'd love you to do that. Thank you for watching today. We'll be back again on Thursday with Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe, where we bring you the best musicians in the tri-state area and where they're playing for the weekend, make you get your weekend scheduled together. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Haul Around Town Radio. We're out of here.